Dear friends, the birth of Hanumanji is very mysterious, therefore listen to it very carefully. Anjana was the mother of Hanumanji. Anjana was one of the 16 Matrikas. The Matrikas are adored and worshipped ladies of celestial, astral, and material planes of the universe. Once Anjana assumed the form of a lady tourist and started traveling from world after world, planet after planet, and she arrived to heaven, Swargalok. Swargalok is located a most beautiful, luxurious planet, a few million miles beyond the polar star. She arrived in the assembly of Indradev, the presiding deity of the planet, the king of Swargalok. Somehow, the king was in an assembly, a dance party, and the king was attracted to her and requested her to dance with him. And she was upset and severely replied, "Who would like to dance with you, a fallen one who had tried to defile Ahilya and this and this?" She went on, and Indra became very unhappy. He could not bear his insult, and cursing her, he said, "You are very puffed up of your beauty. You will be born in the Vanara race." While Indra was cursing Anjana, Anjana's dearest friend Adrika tried to protect her and insult Indra by mewing like a cat. And Indra then cursed her, saying, "You will become her friend in the next life." In course of time, both friends were born, the twin daughter of Kunj, a wanderer knight on the planet Earth. When they grew up, Keshari, a famous knight of wanderer race, married both of them. Then, one day, while Keshari was in meditation at the southern seashore, Maharshi Agastya became the Atithi means uninvited guest, a holy guest whose date of arrival is not fixed, not informed, not known. That culture was the culture of meditators or travelers to different shrines and holy places. So people needed a place to stay, some host. So every home was open those days. Such was civilization. And so Agastya became uninvited guest in their home. Both of Kesari's wives welcomed the unexpected guest and served him wholeheartedly. Agastya was highly satisfied and told the wives to ask for any boon they wished. And Anjana said, "I want the mightiest son who will be highly bold and strong in the world, totally devoted to universal welfare." "So be it," Maharishi Agastya approved and wished for both of them, and in due course of time, Anjana gave birth to Sri Hanumanji, who became all powerful. Soon after he granted this boon, Maharshi Agastya realized that Bhagwan Shiv himself was going to be born as son of Anjana. So he asked her to go and meditate so that she will be able to endure the light of Bhagavan Shiva. So she went to the hilltop of Venkatadri or Vrishabhachal in the bank of Akashaganga. So this was the most appropriate place to materialize her desire. Thus one day, as she was absorbed in long meditation, the Vayu Devata appeared and said, Adorable Devi, I am very pleased with you. You will attain a mighty son, one who will not be affected by any weapon whatsoever. I shall become your son myself. He will be equal to me in power and speed. Thus saying, the Vayudev infused his light into Mother Anjana. Great souls seldom move from their celestial abodes unless there is a mission for them to fulfill. Then the whole creation awaits their advent. In the same way, there were so many reasons for the advent of Hanuman. The natural instinct of Knight Kesari was to wander around to different holy places, and whenever he found a scenic garden, he used to sit in long meditations. Once, while he was residing in Gokarna, he found a great monster, Shambhasadan, continuously persecuting the holy saints and sages who were residing up there. And Keshari confronted this demon and hit him forcefully with his fists. There was a great wrestling match, and at last Keshari was successful in slaying him. All of the rishis were extremely happy, highly happy with Kesari's feat and blessed him so that he might attain an almighty enlightened son who would become very hot tempered to any unjust act. Then they offered him a very powerful mantra of Bhagavan Shiva. After Knight Kesari had been repeating this powerful mantra, Bhagavan Shiva appeared and blessed him, and Shiva's light entered into the body of Kesari, and Kesari felt as if he was no longer immortal. When the rishis saw him full of effulgence, they suggested that he return to his home. At the same moment, Anjana returned home after receiving her boon from Vayu Devata. Then she saw her husband after such a long time. She was filled with rapturous joy and offered reverence for him, and Keshari was overwhelmed with love. He raised up with her two arms and embraced her, and for some time they became one in that universal silence. Keshari did not remain Keshari, and Anjana was no longer Anjana. They became one in Prem Samadhi, and in that state of consciousness, Shiva's light, which was abiding in Keshari, was transmitted to Anjana, and she felt as if bathed in effulgence, bliss, and light and grace. Now Keshari became as he was before the visit of Bhagavan Shiva. All of Bhagavan Shiva's effulgence was transmitted to Anjana, Anjana abandoned that special, simple dress which she had adopted in the time of separation from her dear husband, and she wore instead a gorgeous silk sari, golden necklace, crown, and earrings embedded with gems and jewels. She was adorned beautifully. The husband and wife began to enjoy the groves on the top of the mountain. On the planet Brahma, which is situated about 116 million miles above the polar star, there was a nymph whose name was Suvarchala. She was very fond of blossoming fragrant flowers. Once she rushed to some flowers in assembly of Brahma, and Brahmaji is fond of good manners and certain formalities, and was not pleased with Suvarcala's impulsive action. He cursed her, saying, "You, being born into the race of demigods, possess no patience, so you will become a crow." Suvarchala repented and, falling at his feet, asked for a pardon from Brahmaji, and he mercifully forgave her and said, "In the silver age, on the planet Earth, King Dasharath will receive a bowl of divine rice pudding after his ceremony of Putrishti Yajna. He will then distribute it among his three queens. You will take away Queen Sumitra's share, and then by the touch of that divine blessed rice pudding, you will attain your original form and come to my planet again." The time described by Brahmaji arrived, and King Dasharatha was performing his fire sacrifice festival on the bank of the holy river Sarayu. It was definitely an interplanetary festivity, and King Dasharath fed millions of guests. He offered almost all of his prosperity and empire to enlighten the rishis, which they in turn gave back to him after accepting a small exchange. A huge masculine form then arose from the sacrificial fire with a bowl of celestial rice pudding in his hand. His body was red like ultraviolet rays. He had long golden hair, a long beard, and large eyes. He spoke like a rumbling cloud, saying, "My dear King Dashrath, the gods of higher planets are highly satisfied with you because of your sacrificial festivity, and they have sent you this rice pudding. Let your queens respectfully eat it, and then they will give birth to four incomparable babies who will redeem the earth from all evil forces." The whole assembly of saints and kings and rishis were all silent while the king was distributing the rice pudding among his queens. As soon as king placed a portion in the open palms of Sumitra Devi, the Suvarchala, in her form as a crow, jumped at it. She held it firm with her legs and beak and flew away high into the sky. Kaushalya and Kaikeyi, the other two queens, shared their portion of rice pudding with Sumitra. Thus, Sumitra gave birth to two babies, while Kaikeyi and Kaushalya gave birth to one. Ram and Bharat. But Sumitra gave birth to Lakshmanaji. As soon as crow rushed to the open sky, there arose a heavy wind and hurricane. The bird stumbled and the rice pudding was touched by her body. Immediately she regained her celestial form and the body of the crow fell down to earth. The Vayudev then took the bowl of pudding and appeared on hilltop roads where the couple Anjana and Keshari were wandering. The Vayudev told Keshari and Anjana that he had come there to offer them the celestial rice pudding. Allow Anjana to eat and she will give birth to the mightiest child, a boon I granted her some time ago. After receiving the order from her dear husband, Anjana accepted the bowl of rice pudding. Feeling much joy, she put it against her heart and head, and then Vayudev disappeared. Anjana ate the rice pudding and became pregnant. Soon after, the demigod races do not require the full 9 months in the womb. She gave birth to Sri Hanumanji on Tuesday in the month of October. And that is why all great devotees of Sri Hanumanji observed a fast on Tuesdays. They take only fruits and milk products and communicate with Hanumanji, my dear friends. As was already mentioned, Hanumanji did not take birth. Hanumanji did not take birth stark naked as human beings do. He was born completely adorned with the golden crown, gemmed earrings, and underpants, and a sacred thread. He was yellow-eyed, and there was golden hair all over his body. So this is a very interesting event how Hanumanji was born. Oh